Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, a timeless tale that has captivated readers for over 2 centuries. This isn't just a story about a man and his monster, it's a deep dive into the human psyche, exploring themes of ambition, responsibility, and the quest for knowledge. Published in 1818, Frankenstein has often been hailed as the first true science fiction novel, a pioneering work that combines the Gothic with philosophical musings. But how did a story written by an 18-year-old woman manage to become such a cornerstone of literature? Perhaps it's because Mary Shelley tapped into something profoundly universal, our eternal struggle with the consequences of our actions and the relentless pursuit of forbidden knowledge. The novel opens with a series of letters from an explorer named Robert Walton, who is on a voyage to the North Pole. Walton's letters to his sister set the stage for the dramatic tale to come, as he recounts his encounter with Victor Frankenstein, a man who seems to be on the brink of life and death. Through Victor's narrative, we are plunged into a world of ambition gone awry, where the pursuit of scientific discovery leads to catastrophic results. As Victor recounts his story, we are introduced to his family, his passions, and ultimately his greatest regret, the creation of a living being from inanimate parts. But Frankenstein is not just Victor's story. It is also the story of his creation, the creature, who, despite his monstrous appearance, desires nothing more than companionship and understanding. Through the creature's journey, Shelley delves into themes of alienation and the innate need for love and acceptance. As the creature learns about the world around him, readers are prompted to question the nature of humanity itself. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein challenges us, frightens us, and ultimately forces us to reflect on our own lives and decisions. It's a tale that transcends its era, remaining relevant in today's world of rapid technological advancement and ethical dilemmas. So, buckle up as we dissect this literary masterpiece, exploring its intricate plot, complex characters, rich themes, and historical context to understand why it endures in the hearts and minds of readers worldwide. Set against the backdrop of a rapidly advancing scientific world, Frankenstein unfolds through a series of nested narratives, each adding depth and complexity to the story. The novel begins with letters from Robert Walton, an ambitious explorer determined to reach the North Pole. Walton writes to his sister about his journey and the intriguing man he rescues from the icy waters, Victor Frankenstein. This encounter sets the stage for Victor to narrate his own harrowing tale. Victor Frankenstein, born into a wealthy family in Geneva, grows up with a passionate curiosity for the natural world. His idyllic childhood is spent with his adopted sister, Elizabeth Lavenza, and his loyal friend, Henry Clerval. As he matures, Victor becomes fixated on the mysteries of life and death, spurred by a desire to achieve greatness through scientific discovery. He eventually leaves for the University of Ingolstadt, where his obsession takes hold. Guided by his professors, Victor delves into the arcane art of reanimating dead tissue, a pursuit that leads to the creation of his grotesque creature. The moment the creature comes to life, Victor is overwhelmed by horror and regret. He abandons his creation, hoping to escape the consequences of his actions. However, the creature, left to fend for itself, grows increasingly aware of its own isolation and ugliness. As it attempts to integrate into human society, it is met with fear and violence, further fueling its anger and despair. The plot thickens as the creature seeks out Victor, demanding a companion to alleviate its loneliness. Victor initially agrees, recognizing the creature's suffering, but later destroys his work, fearing the potential consequences of unleashing another abomination upon the world. This act of betrayal sets off a chain of tragic events, culminating in the murders of Victor's loved ones, including his beloved Elizabeth. The novel climaxes with a relentless pursuit, Victor chasing the creature across the icy tundra, each driven by a desire for revenge. As Victor recounts his tale to Walton, he warns of the dangers of unchecked ambition and the responsibilities that come with creation. Ultimately, Victor dies, leaving Walton to ponder the lessons of his story. The creature, bereft of its creator, disappears into the Arctic wilderness, its fate unknown. Through this intricate plot, Shelley weaves a cautionary tale that continues to resonate, exploring the perils of playing God and the moral implications of scientific advancement. In Frankenstein, Mary Shelley crafts a vivid tapestry of characters, each serving to illuminate the novel's core themes and moral quandaries. At the centre is Victor Frankenstein himself, whose ambition and intellect are matched only by his hubris. Victor is the quintessential tragic hero, brilliant yet flawed, driven by the desire to conquer nature's greatest secrets. His journey from curious scientist to tormented creator is a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition. Victor's inability to foresee the consequences of his actions and his subsequent refusal to take responsibility for his creation encapsulates the novel's critique of the Enlightenment's blind faith in progress. Then there is the creature, often erroneously referred to as Frankenstein in popular culture. Shelley crafts this character with a depth and complexity that challenges readers' perceptions. Though monstrous in appearance, the creature is initially innocent, with a capacity for kindness and a longing for companionship. His transformation into a figure of vengeance is a direct result of societal rejection and Victor's abandonment. The creature's eloquent narrative and philosophical reflections on humanity force readers to confront their own prejudices and question who the true monster is. Victor for his irresponsibility, or the creature for his violent retribution. Elizabeth Lavenza, Victor's betrothed, represents the ideal of feminine virtue and domestic tranquility, serving as a foil to Victor's turbulent ambition. Her tragic fate underscores the collateral damage of Victor's hubris. Similarly, Henry Clerval, Victor's loyal friend, embodies the virtues of empathy and imagination, highlighting what Victor loses in his single-minded pursuit of knowledge. Clerval's death at the hands of the creature symbolizes the destruction of innocence and the cost of Victor's obsession. Supporting characters such as Alphonse Frankenstein, Victor's father, and Robert Walton, the explorer, further enrich the narrative. Alphonse's steadfast love and Walton's unfulfilled ambition provide contrasting perspectives on the novel's central themes. Walton's letters frame the story, offering a narrative mirror to Victor's journey, as Walton seeks his own glory in the Arctic's uncharted territories. Through these layered characters, Shelley explores the profound implications of creation, responsibility, and the human condition, crafting a narrative that is as compelling today as it was 2 centuries ago. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is a treasure trove of themes and symbols, each intricately woven into the fabric of the narrative to offer profound insights into human nature and the consequences of our actions. At its heart, the novel is a meditation on the dangers of unchecked ambition and the pursuit of knowledge. Victor Frankenstein's relentless quest to unlock the secrets of life serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of playing God. His tragic downfall underscores the novel's critique of Enlightenment ideals, warning against the hubris of believing that science can conquer all. The theme of isolation permeates the novel, affecting both Victor and his creature. Victor's obsession leads him to isolate himself from family and friends, ultimately resulting in tragedy. Similarly, the creature's monstrous appearance condemns him to a life of solitude, rejected by society despite his initial desire for connection. This shared isolation drives both creator and creature to acts of desperation, highlighting the innate human need for companionship and the devastating effects of its absence. Shelley also explores the theme of responsibility, particularly the moral obligations of a creator toward their creation. Victor's failure to care for the creature he brought to life results in a cascade of horrors, emphasizing the importance of accountability in the pursuit of knowledge and power. This theme resonates with the modern world's ethical debates surrounding scientific advancements, from genetic engineering to artificial intelligence. Symbolism is richly employed throughout the novel, with light and fire serving as prominent motifs. Light symbolizes knowledge and discovery, reflecting Victor's initial aspirations to illuminate the mysteries of life. However, like Prometheus, who stole fire from the gods, Victor's pursuit of knowledge ultimately leads to destruction. Fire, a symbol of both creation and annihilation, represents the dual nature of scientific advancement, its potential to enlighten and its capacity to destroy. Nature itself is a powerful symbol in Frankenstein, serving as a source of solace and reflection for Victor amidst his turmoil. The sublime landscapes of the Swiss Alps and the Arctic wilderness reflect the novel's Gothic elements, amplifying the themes of beauty and terror. Through these themes and symbols, Shelley crafts a narrative that resonates across time, challenging readers to contemplate the moral implications of human ambition and the enduring consequences of our choices. To fully appreciate Frankenstein, it's essential to understand the historical and cultural context in which Mary Shelley crafted her masterpiece. The novel emerged during a time of significant scientific and industrial advancement, known as the Enlightenment and the dawn of the Industrial Revolution. These periods were marked by a profound belief in reason, science, and progress, as well as the idea that humans could harness nature to improve their condition. Shelley's novel serves as a critical reflection on this era, questioning the ramifications of unchecked scientific ambition and the ethical boundaries of human innovation. Shelley was deeply influenced by the intellectual currents of her time, particularly the works of her parents, William Godwin and Mary Wollstonecraft, both renowned thinkers. Godwin's philosophical writings on justice and Wollstonecraft's advocacy for women's rights and education instilled in Shelley a keen awareness of social issues and human rights. This background is evident in Frankenstein, where themes of justice, responsibility, and the marginalized status of the creature resonate with broader societal concerns. Furthermore, Shelley's personal life profoundly impacted the novel. The tragic loss of her mother shortly after her birth, coupled with the untimely deaths of her children, imbued her writing with themes of loss and creation. Her tumultuous relationship with the romantic poet Percy Bysshe Shelley, who championed radical ideas about human potential and nature, also influenced her portrayal of Victor's ambition and the sublime landscapes that punctuate the novel. The Gothic genre, which gained popularity in the late 18th century, also significantly shaped Frankenstein. Gothic literature often explores themes of horror, the supernatural, and the sublime, set against dark, foreboding settings. Shelley masterfully employs these elements to create an atmosphere of tension and dread, using the sublime landscapes of the Swiss Alps and the Arctic to reflect the novel's emotional intensity and the creature's otherworldly presence. In this rich historical and cultural milieu, Frankenstein emerged as a pioneering work that transcended its Gothic roots to engage with pressing philosophical questions about humanity's place in the world. Shelley's novel not only reflects the anxieties of her time, but also anticipates the ethical dilemmas posed by contemporary scientific advancements, making it a timeless exploration of human ambition and its consequences. Frankenstein endures as a literary masterpiece because it speaks to universal questions about the human condition, questions that remain as pertinent today as they were in the 19th century. At its core, the novel explores the consequences of unchecked ambition and the moral responsibilities that come with creation, themes that resonate in our modern world of rapid technological advancement. In an age where scientific breakthroughs in fields like artificial intelligence and genetic engineering pose ethical dilemmas, Shelley's cautionary tale about playing God is more relevant than ever. The novel's enduring appeal also lies in its rich character development, particularly the complex relationship between Victor Frankenstein and his creature. This dynamic invites readers to grapple with profound questions about identity, acceptance, and the nature of humanity. The creature, with its eloquence and longing for companionship, defies the simplistic label of a monster, challenging readers to confront their own prejudices and assumptions. This exploration of otherness and empathy is a timeless theme that continues to captivate audiences, inviting reflection on how we treat those who are different from us. Moreover, Frankenstein is a masterpiece of Gothic literature, with its atmospheric settings and exploration of the sublime capturing the imagination of readers. Shelley's vivid descriptions of the Swiss Alps, the Arctic wilderness, and the creature's haunting presence evoke a sense of awe and terror that transcends the page, immersing readers in a world both beautiful and terrifying. This blend of the Gothic and the philosophical creates a narrative that is as compelling and thought-provoking today as it was at the time of its publication. Finally, Frankenstein endures because it is not just a story about science and creation, but a deeply human tale about loss, grief, and the search for meaning. Shelley's exploration of these themes reflects her own experiences with tragedy and creativity, imbuing the novel with an emotional depth that resonates with readers across generations. As we continue to navigate the complexities of our modern world, Frankenstein remains a poignant reminder of the power and perils of human ambition, challenging us to reflect on the ethical dimensions of our actions and the enduring quest for understanding and connection.